Welcome to the realm of Millenia. Be ye a man, woman, a child, a spirit creature, or the Mahan. Be ye a native migrator, or maybe even an invader into the realm. Welcome, for I am your host, the Millennium Mailman, here today, bringing you yet again another Storytime Saturday. From my heart to yours, bringing you another tall tale, or maybe a realistic truth. But today's story to talk about would be allergies. Excuse me. And I have a couple, but the number one major allergy I got has definitely got to be fresh cut grass. That just lets you know my black history has nothing to do with being out in the fields, man, because I would have died. I was a house slave for sure, at least a descendant of a house slave, because I could not do none of that field labor because I would be dead. All right. So, pretty much my history as a child was indoors unless it was wintertime. I'm telling you, I used to be one of the wildest snow babies, stripped down to skivvies and basically butt naked underwear and some socks and a couple mini Timberland boots. I launched myself in that snow, be jumping in bushes and thorns and all that goodness, just to, in the name of social acceptance, I would be there and I would be minimally sick. I would never be overly sick. I would just be minimally sick. The moment I moved out of the northern half, got to the southern, and got used to it, the game was over. Now I'm getting itchy throats, scratchy, snotty dryness that just boggles my entire immune system up because my body done got used to the Florida weather, the Florida heat, the Florida immaculateness. Now I step outside for longer than 30 minutes on a walk and I'm screwed over. I don't know what to tell you. I got used to the warmth. I can't go back to the cold. I shouldn't have tried. I don't know what to tell you. Now it's gonna take me a week to get over this itchy throat and stuff. But hey man, that's just me. Right? So back to the story, my allergies. Yes. I don't really have any like major food allergies or stuff. Cause you can see me eat anything. If I ever develop allergies because I'm getting old, it'll be time to pack up the box for me, dude. But one of the biggest things that I always have had was an allergy to fresh cut grass. It's a particular thing with a whole scientific name that not even I care to remember because no one's ever gonna really know what that is. But the basic thing about it is that there's a particular enzyme that gets secreted by fresh cut grass when you cut it freshly that is used by the plants, pretty much any plant, to kind of hemorrhage the wound the same way a human would, produce white blood cells in order to blood clot and protect itself so that it can heal. There's a similar enzyme that is produced and secreted by the grass trying to protect itself. That is basically a deadly chemical agent against me specifically. So I can never work in lawn care without a whole hazmat bodysuit, looking like I'm a beekeeper working on your lawn, because I could probably die or be somewhere close to it by the end of that job. And I found out between like the age of, I'd say like 6 to 9, because we went out on like a family trip. I think it might have been like a fish production plant where like, they kept fish and raised different types in order to supply local businesses with fresh fish supply without needing to rely on tankers coming from the ocean. They would just like raise fish from egg to full length maturity. And I think like a couple of miles away from there, because we walked, so there was like this park with a big old slanted hill. Like everyone would be snowboarding down that thing, that ridge during the winter, but it was summer. So we went to that little meadow hill up next to a park, and me and my brothers, we would roll on our sides down the hill just for the fun hell of it. And later on that night, all my things were closing up. They needed to race me to an ER, to a hospital. It might have actually, I think I went to the hospital before that. Because I told mom. So I think we went to like a clinic or something. It's a bit fuzzy, but we played in the grass for like a good half an hour before I got tired first. Let them play because my body was like basically shutting down and I didn't know what to do with myself anymore. But I basically was getting out of breath like I just ran a marathon by rolling down this hill twice. I'm out of breath like I just did laps and I don't know what to do with myself no more but sit here on the sidelines with mom and dad waiting so we can go. I stopped eating and I stopped drinking. And I told mom and dad. And I guess, well, so yeah, probably much until later on. Because at first we just thought it was nothing. Made it all the way home. Was having other problems. And then my body just started shutting down so bad that I eventually ended up passed out in the bathroom. And mom ended up taking photos before she touched me. And then I called the 911. I can't remember if it was an ambulance or anything because I was knocked out. But I do remember her having photos of me on the floor and how big the hives were growing and like steadily inflaming from there being that much grass enzymes flowing in my system, activating the allergy. It's like, yep, nah, bro. Nah. Took you too long to take a bath after rolling in this freaking grass, dude. Too little, too late. It was already seeped down in my skin and irritating the hell out of me. It was slowly making it past my shirt, like getting into the outfit and all my key areas with exposed skin. That's where the rash and hives started to be the most severe before they irradiated out to the other places on my body. It was horrific, dude. Talk about Quasimodo. I'm pretty sure the next couple of weeks after that, the Hunchback of Notre Dame was like one of my favorite things because I just felt like the ugliest thing in all of existence. So I started rewatching Quasimodo and like, Igor isn't that bad, bro. Quasimodo amazing. There's nothing wrong with Igor. Leave him alone. I'm not that ugly, please. Quasimodo makes me look like... I make Quasimodo look like Prince Charming. Please don't say that about Quasimodo. Oh, no. I look hideous. Because it took the longest amount of time in order for that stuff to go down. And that ever since that, because mom really hated having to beat us as a children, and I already told you that me and my older brother were some pretty bad children. Right? She hated beating us. So what she would do was find other punishments to do, and it wasn't until the next time that we realized what gave me the rash, right? Because the first time we couldn't even fully recognize and realize that it was us rolling in the grass that got me like that, because it pretty much took all day for it to activate and do what it did to my body. So at that moment, we didn't know what it was. But it wasn't until a couple of years later where me and my brother got in trouble, and instead of giving us a butt whooping, mom gave me and my older brother a pair of scissors each, and she said, "Go cut the lawn to match our neighbors. They just cut their grass. You two go out there. You two dumb boys will spend the rest of today and tomorrow, because it's the weekend, cutting this grass to match theirs." I'm telling you, I got like a quarter of the way through my section and I passed out in the grass. And the hives came back with a vengeance, all the same way it did that first time. And we realized, oh yeah, so you're not ever going to be outside in the grass again, and we're going to keep track of that to make sure you don't. Now, if you two do something, you're going to do all of the grass cutting outside, and I will be doing all of any tedious thing inside, like cleaning air vents that I can't even reach. I'll have to figure out how to put this chair on top of that chair and stand on it to scrub the air vent way up there, and be scared for the rest of my life because I was scared of heights at that time. Which made it a good enough punishment, because even though I was able to get help placing down couch cushions to cushion a fall in case I fell down, I'm scared of heights, so it's good enough, and the cleaning is being done. So, yeah. Why I can't smell, and why you will never see me doing no videos about grass and cutting grass. Yeah. Grass is an allergy, and the reason I can't smell, no, it's not because of COVID. It's because I was sprayed by a skunk, and I was a dummy that didn't know the difference between a skunk and a cat. But so like the grass allergy, because of the enzyme, it is an allergy that you can grow out of. And if I was to go step out in a yard while professionals are cutting a grass, even if it touches my skin, it's not going to have as big of an allergic reaction as it did when I was very young. But it still is very debilitating, so I'm not going to go outside and be in the grass nearly as often as ever before. So, leave me alone. Very much leave me alone on that one. Seeing how I already have a video posted about how I got in trouble by being in the grass, you should very much know the story. This story of me and my grass allergy is a real one. But by all means, put down in the comment section whether or not you recognize or know the story of me and skunk is a real one too or not. But hey, that's just me, your Millennium Mailman. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you feel like it. But by all means, peace, love, happiness. Have a good one. Bye-bye.